Pamela. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. Said that weird. Regardless, welcome to my channel. Last video I said this video was going to be my very last Invisalign vlog, and it is. I'm done after a little over 2 years, originally thinking it was going to be 22 months, but the pandemic happened and it got extended. But after 24 full months and an extra 2 weeks, I think it was, I'm finally done Invisalign. It's all done. I'm really happy about it, but to be honest, it feels weird not wearing the aligners. Then again, I also don't really miss it, so I don't know what to say there. It's because it was a full 2 years. It just feels weird now because putting in my Invisaligners, did I say that right? I said Invisaligners. Invisaligners. Yeah, so it was just from being used to wearing the Invisalign aligners for, what was it, 22 hours a day, and now I only wear a retainer at night, which I actually have right here. So in the bottom I have the teeth painted in because I have spaces. I'll wear this at work, or if I'm making video whatever and I don't want my spaces to show. I don't think they really show that much when I speak anyway, but my orthodontist just did it as a courtesy because they know that I work on camera. Having missing teeth, it doesn't always look the best, and I can't always explain why I have the missing teeth, so it's kind of to avoid a conversation that I've had over and over and over and over and over again, and it's just to avoid the questions as to why I'm missing the teeth. And the material of it is stiffer, but because of my bruxism, I can already see stress marks on this because I clench really bad at night. I usually get, whoop, I almost threw it. I usually get Botox, but during our current times, it's not the easiest thing to do. So when I can finally go get Botox from my master and hopefully get my temporalis done too, it'll stop the clenching. And this also kind of works as a night guard. It's a thicker material and it's more durable than the aligners. So I think this will help. And I'm also already waking up not feeling as tight in my jaw. These aligners go higher. So the Invisalign aligners only cover your teeth. These cover a little more of your teeth, so it goes up on the gum, and that takes some getting used to. With the top one, I cannot speak with this thing in. With this one, let me see how much of a difference there is. This is me talking without the aligner, just to give you a comparison. What can I say? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Okay. With the bottom one in, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So I think I may sound normal with this thing in. I don't think it makes me lisp that bad. There is a little bit of a lisp because I can feel it on my tongue, but it does mask the missing teeth really well. I'm actually going to take it out. So that's the nighttime retainer. I'm actually going to have to go in and get rescanned after I get my implants, and I will be getting a new bottom retainer after that's done. And they also said that might even have to happen after I get the first part of the implants done because the shape might change. So I might get 2 new ones, who knows? I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that. I haven't heard anything from my dentist yet. I don't think my scans are in because you have to get a CT scan to check the nerves because they need to see where they are to know how deep they can go into the bone. Gonna get deeper into that in the future when I'm actually going through the process of it. But this is the conclusion of my Invisalign, so I'm gonna keep this centered around there. I just wanna show you this thing that I got from my orthodontist because it was either a give it to me or throw it out, and I just thought it was really cool. They gave me the retainer on this 3D printed model of my teeth, so this is what my teeth look like. Yes, oh, there's the spaces. And she was like, do you want this? I'm like, yes, of course I want it. It's part of my journey. I just think it's really cool to have a model of what my teeth look like. And I'm wondering if I'm gonna get another one when I get the implants. We'll see. I love little stuff like this. And it's interesting seeing what my teeth look like in my hands. It actually looks a lot different to me to see this than to just look in my mouth. In my mind, the spaces I have are huge, but on the model, they're really not that big. And this is an exact replica. Obviously, it's a scan and model of my teeth. So this is what they look like, and it doesn't look as bad here as it does in my head. So I'm happy that my orthodontist showed me this, and I'm even more happy that they gave it to me. I think it was maybe 3 weeks between getting the attachments off and then going back and getting the retainer. So when they first put the retainer in my mouth, it was so tight, it didn't feel like it fit. It really hurt, especially the bottom. So the sooner that you get your retainer, the better, because your teeth start to shift right away, and they're always gonna want to try to shift back to the way they were, and that is something that I do not want. My dad is from England, and I fully had British teeth, and I never want to revisit that again. I'm actually pretty happy with the way my teeth look, and as I said, I'm getting implants, so it's not finished yet. And to see the before, you're gonna have to go to the first video in this series to see what my teeth used to look like, because I got kind of embarrassed about them for a while, and I found that I would speak really carefully to try to hide them. So yeah, I wasn't really taking pictures of them or anything. I didn't take my camera out when we were reviewing the photos at the orthodontist. So this will be in a playlist. Just go to the first video and you can see exactly what my teeth looked like. I do promise you that my teeth look so much better than they did before, and they are going to look even better when I get the implant. Now let's talk about my second last appointment. I have a wire. They originally told me that I was only going to get it on the bottom, but they put it on the top too. It's not that easy to show you, but I won't be able to show you the top, but you should probably be able to see the bottom, but I don't know. So that wire is just bonded onto my teeth, and I have another one on the top. It's behind the first 6 teeth, first 6 on the top and on the bottom. I find that I'm always running my tongue against it, but I'm getting more and more used to it, and I'm noticing it less and less. Yes, things get stuck in it really bad. I love this granola with chia seeds in it, and they get lodged into the wire so bad. My orthodontist told me that I can no longer have any sticky foods. I know I will never chew gum again because it'll get stuck in a wire and it'll be a nightmare to get out. And you know what? I don't even miss gum. So I think gum is really the only thing that I can't have, and maybe like toffee, but I don't really like sticky toffee anyway, so I'm not really missing anything. It really hasn't been much of a problem at all. Yeah, I'm actually gonna give you guys a demo of how I have to floss my teeth now. So let me get my dental floss and I will be right back. Not gonna lie, flossing the front teeth is really annoying now because you obviously have to avoid breaking the wire. I noticed that there's some teeth that I can actually floss between because the wire isn't glued into the spaces, though some areas it's more tight. Like on the side I can get the floss, like if I wanted to, I could just like floss the front of the teeth. But to get the teeth fully flossed, you actually have to thread the floss in, and you use these floss threaders. They gave me a few from my dentist. They actually forgot to do this part. Like they were like, oh, we're gonna show you how to floss and everything, and we're gonna give you these flossers, da, da, da. And my appointment ended up being like 2 hours long, and I do feel like I was kind of rushed out at the end. That's a bit of a complaint I have about my orthodontist, is I felt like I was being rushed out the door and they forgot an entire step, because then I would have had to go to Shoppers Drug Mart and look around and be like, well, what are these things that I'm supposed to use? When you don't know what to look for, it complicates things, and also it's their job, and they said that they were going to go through it with me. The fact that I had to remind them was just a little bit annoying. I hope that doesn't make me look like a Karen, but whatever. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna do this under. So you just put it at the top. Obviously put the floss. I should just demonstrate the whole thing. Let me talk with this thing in my mouth. You guys have been used to it. Thread it through like that, and then you put it over the wire. So you thread it through, and then you take the floss and you floss the top of your teeth. And I'm actually paranoid about breaking the wire, but I don't think it's that easy. If I do, I just call my orthodontist and I go back and I get it replaced. So I usually just do that. Let's get the bottom. But yeah, that's how you floss your teeth. I also like to get the flossers, the one with the little plastic handles on the tip, and I go along my gum to just clean that out. And it's also an easy way to clean the tops too. And there's also, I don't have any here, but there's these, I can't remember what they're called, these little brushes with like a pipe cleaner looking thing. Get the tightest one, get like the micro tight one so you can get it through your teeth, because flossing is incredibly important, and it's absolutely horrifying to hear that people out there do not floss their teeth because it makes their gums bleed. You know what? If you floss your teeth, your gums won't bleed. And if they do, at least you're getting the food particles out. Also, your breath will be nicer, so floss your teeth, people. What else? Oh, finally, I'm going to talk about getting the attachments removed. To show me my teeth, initially they had just removed it off the top 4 teeth to give me an idea of what my teeth were looking like until they removed the rest of the attachments. And this process was not fun. It took forever. This is my other complaint. The person doing it, she seemed to get irritated with me. I'm pretty sure that with any type of braces, any time your teeth are being moved, your gums are gonna recede a bit. So I did before too. I do have recession in certain areas. With the thing that she was using, she was getting really, really close to it so she could see where she was near. And she told me that if it's getting too much for me to just put my hand up. But the thing is, when you have a sudden pain or whatever, your first instinct isn't to just lay and go, oh. Your first instinct is to jerk away. It's very hard to train yourself to not react to a sudden, extreme, intense pain, which it was. I don't know if you have any gum recession, if you brush on it or whatever, it's not a pleasant feeling. Times that by 10. There was one time where she was doing it, I jerked. Like, I started raising my hand and she hit a place on my teeth that was so sensitive that I moved suddenly. Like, I kind of like jerked out of the way. She responded by saying, "You don't want this thing near your gums." Like, I felt like I was being talked down to a little, but I'm also wondering if they knew that there was the recession and they knew that it could be really painful, why don't they use some sort of a numbing gel? You know what I mean? Like, had they just patted on some numbing gel, I've had it before, I wouldn't have gotten that sudden jolt of pain. I don't know why they didn't just do the numbing gel to avoid me jerking around like that. I don't know. Also, holding my mouth open for that long, my jaw was getting, like, I started getting spasms in my jaw because of my TMJ, that I also know if I had Botox, it would have avoided that. But my jaw was like, and I couldn't do anything about it because the muscle was going crazy because my mouth was open for too long that it just wanted to bite down. And I noticed that, like, it started just like clenching, completely involuntary clenching. And that's another thing. It should have been on file that I have TMJ issues, and maybe they should have taken the care needed to make it easier for me, the patient who was spending thousands of dollars at this place to fix my teeth. Yes, she was doing her job and long days, stressful times, but also I think that they need to be really sensitive and acknowledge a patient's medical conditions. So yeah, the numbing gel would have made it easier for me. Maybe something to like open the mouth for people who have the same TMJ issues would really help. I don't know if that's a common thing or whatever. I don't know, but I would have really appreciated having something to help me keep my mouth open, to help prevent the spasms, and numbing gel to help prevent a sudden jolt of pain. And another part, like the entire time I had like a vacuum thing just to like suck up the extra saliva. But at one point I had a ton of buildup of saliva in my mouth and I didn't want to swallow it because it was full of like tooth dust and like the dust from the bonding. I didn't want to swallow that. And I was trying to tell her I'm like choking on my saliva instead of looking at what was in my mind a very obvious problem. Like if you look at someone's mouth, you can see that it's full of liquid. So instead of just like sucking up the saliva, she asked me, she had stopped, and as I was trying to tell her, the saliva was just gonna pour out of my mouth. To prevent that, I had closed my mouth, and again she reacted saying, oh, never close your mouth on a dentist, or whatever she said. But she got mad at me for closing my mouth, but I was about to have like a mouthful of saliva like pour down my face. So I don't know, maybe she was having a bad day. When I went back, she was also there again, and she was very nice to me. So I think maybe she just had a bad day, but don't take it out on me. In those situations, I don't want to seem like I'm a pain. I don't want to be labeled as a Karen, so I don't say anything. But I feel like I honestly should. And during the like pain thing, I actually stopped and I was like, you know what, there's the fight or flight response. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, I've been talking for so long, so I'm gonna end this here. So this is my last Invisalign update, but it's not over for my dental journey, because when I hear from my dentist, I am going to be getting dental implants. So my Invisalign journey is going to turn into my dental implant journey. It's not gonna be as long. I think it's like a 6-month process. I'm probably gonna deal with some really bad swelling, so I don't know how that's gonna go, but I don't want to speculate now. I'll just experience it as I'm going along in the process. Anyway, what do you think of my teeth? Do you like them? Do they look nice? Like, are you getting Invisalign? Did my information help you guys at all? Let me know in the comments. Also, did you experience any of the same things that I experienced? I'm just curious. Anyway, if you like this, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you made it to the end and you haven't hit the subscribe button, what are you doing? Please hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate having you here, and it really helps me out, keeps me motivated to make more content for you guys. Anyway, that's everything. Thanks for watching.